Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with today's trading action. It's Wednesday, the 6th of March. All right, a little bit of a mixed reaction here on the US equity futures, but it's very clear there's a bit of a risk-off sentiment on the currencies. And check out the commodities. They are sort of getting a little bit taken to at the moment. The dollar, well, it's mainly up against a few things. Obviously, the yen and the CAD, the odd ones out. And the CAD, we've got the Bank of Canada tonight, so that's one thing to keep an eye on. The prices are down. Okay, so US yields are up, right? That's just following the trail. And to me, the commodities, that should see pressure on Aussie, Kiwi, and CAD, right? That's the general sort of flow of it. Now, if once again, it's one of those weeks where we've been waiting, not too dissimilar really to most, where trading activity really starts to pick up on Wednesday. We're starting to see a little bit of a drift down here in the dollar. And that sort of pushes the euro up. But outside of that, a little bit of a stop loss run there on sterling, Aussie, and Kiwi. Well, everything's like, it's funny, right? Because sterling's testing the highs. Aussie's a bit sideways, but Kiwi's pushing down. So there's a bit of a mixed reaction across the board. Now, dollar CAD is going to be in focus. The dollar against the CAD is still rallying. Okay, you'd expect that downward pressure on CAD. Especially with the oil price sort of dipping somewhat. So you'd expect dollar CAD to keep going up, and dollar yen, well, I've stopped guessing on that one for the moment. And dollar Swiss, well, it's just doing its own thing. So across the board there, it's not exactly uniform what's going on, right? So this is what we have to factor in as we go into today's trading. I wouldn't say it's a second tier number, but the Aussie GDP numbers came out weaker than expected. Shows that the economy has pretty much completely stalled. Now, as we go into the European session, okay, you got the global construction numbers here out of the UK and retail sales figures in the EU, right? Give us a bit of a look at what's happening behind the scenes. But really the key event, well, there's a couple, is the Bank of Canada interest rate decision. And that's followed up with the press conference, right? 45 minutes later. But don't forget, Powell testifying, Jerome Powell, again at the congressional testimony. He'll be talking about what they're doing, what the plan is. There's a Q&A on that. So that's our real chance to find out, what the Fed are thinking. And this is a little bit different to the central bank meetings, right? Because, they will dig in deep, ask him very hard questions about, what is the plan? And he can't just say, oh, we're just sticking along like he does with the press. He needs to give them more specific answers. So that runs over 2 days. So we might only hear a bit of a preview today, maybe the real stuff tomorrow. But for me, it's the Bank of Canada interest rate decision, okay, and the press conference. Now, once again, there's no change of rates expected. Now, for those new traders, if there's no change of rates expected, the event can be quite calamitous. Right? In his speech, he can be dovish 1 minute and the next sentence he's a little bit hawkish. So just be aware, it's not easy. When we've got an interest rate potential change, it is a big event. But to me, it's caution ahead of that release. And the smart thing to do is if the Bank of Canada are saying something, get up your CAD and CAD crosses and work out which one of those instruments has got the best setups. Because if they do say something either bullish or bearish, then you might see a move along the way, right? So really, we've got a bit to watch at the end of the UK day as we start to get the details around the Bank of Canada and obviously Jerome Powell's testimony, if you can say that well, as well. All right, so that's the key events. Other than that, you sort of keep an eye on the charts, but right now, not much is happening, right? So just relax, let the markets do the work for you, let them guide you into the trading opportunities. And this page here is a bit of a telltale sign for me. Okay, you got some equities up, some down. Yeah, we've got the commodities getting hit, which pushes the Aussie Kiwi down. What I'm trying to do in this situation is work out what's driving what. And at the moment, I can't tell a huge amount. I know the US bond prices are down, so US yields are up. That's going to be something to do with the currencies, and I can hang my hat on that. But the rest of it, I'm not so sure at the moment. All right, guys, have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.